I don't get a name.
It's Nymaera. He's here with us. Thank you for joining us,
I'm just going to turn
Nymaera.
up as a different person every week now. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to be Viego this week.
Honestly, I would be thrown off after everything I've heard from Gilotto. We're going to talk about this a bit later, but first things first. Closer. Congrats on defeating your ex. Must feel good.
It's great.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what the X and Giant X means.
Oh my God.
Oh, true.
Was
I
this
mean-
one, special for you? Like, how did you feel ahead of
For
today?
sure, I wanted to win.
Of course.
But I think the most important was, like, we were 2-0, but it didn't feel like we are actually a good team.
Okay.
Even though I believe we are a good team. So I really wanted to just show a good performance more than a win. Like, if we were gonna lose, like, I would at least want us to play like how we played in Scrim and lose like that. But I think we played pretty clean, so I'm happy with the game.
And speaking of how you play in scrims and stuff, we had a couple of quotes actually around the place about how you were in scrims too. It seems like other people are really respecting you for that too. So it's not just in your own head. How does it feel like having that kind of momentum actually? Because it feels like a lot of people are starting to believe in you guys.
Yeah, I think including scrims we have a good momentum, but we will make sure we don't get cocky and stay humble. Like, I think these 5 players never played together before, but we already have like a decent synergy. So I think if we keep improving, we will be a very solid team.
I have to ask, how do you go from whatever we saw yesterday
Yeah.
to that clean game
You gotta
served us
apologize
with
for that,
today?
by the way. That time we're never getting back.
Apologize to the fans.
I mean, I
but
think
no.
our coach said it after
Yeah.
yesterday's game that many teams would be happy winning that game, but we all 5 we were very embarrassed by our performance and our standards. So even though we won, we were very sorry we played like that.
No,
That wasn't serious, one. You don't actually have to apologize.
we were actually sorry.
I think games like this you need to let them out at the beginning of the season
I
so
mean,
that you
true.
can have a polish and
True,
like clean gameplay afterwards. Production, can you please confirm who the key player of the game is, please? Because, well, it is you, Closer. You got the key
I think this
player
might
of
be
the
my
game
first
today?
one.
Aw, good for you.
Well, do you think it's
Good
deserved?
timing.
How would you rate your gameplay today, your performance, and
I
how
think I
much?
played pretty good.
You played pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. You played pretty good.
I think I played pretty good.
Okay, but how would you rate yourself against the entire jungle pool from what you've seen in the entire week, though? Because we've had some people be unexpectedly good, unexpectedly bad in terms of that. Where do you see yourself amongst the other EU junglers?
Honestly, I don't really look at the stats and stuff. I just think I have the capabilities of improving my team and leading us to a win more than I'll be 5-0 or I'll be 30 CS ahead. I just know how to win the game, in my opinion, and how to help my teammate. So I try to focus on that more than being flashy or stuff.
I want to follow up on what your coach was saying on stage. The fact that going 3-0 in the first week doesn't mean everything, doesn't mean that the deal is sealed, but I do feel like it sets you guys up really well in the rest of the season. We know what can be the impact of going 0-3 in the first week. We know how much SK and G2 maybe were shaking ahead of their game today. So did this week play out to the expectations that you had, and how do you feel now that you are leading the standings?
I mean, honestly, I expected us to win.
Okay.
Like we played against KC.
Right.
I think first 2 games, we won because they made more mistakes than us. But today's game, we actually played pretty good. So I would say I expected us to go 3-0. It was another hard week, yeah. And rest of the league,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm
actually.
surprised with G2. And I think I'm surprised. I think Koi is playing pretty decent as well. So I think we have a lot of solid teams this year.
Yeah, because one of the things that we were kind of asking about when it came to, well, G2 before we'd seen them win is, well, okay, what's happening with jungle support? That's what they've replaced. And I think any great team, any good team even, just the best teams in League, they have a solid jungle support. And that's where a lot of the macro and a lot of the early game comes from.
Yeah.
So you've obviously come into a new team. You did actually pretty well at revolutionizing KC last year as well. You've done a good job of kind of slotting into that. What's it like kind of coming into a new team environment and trying to fix that backbone of a team like that, especially since G2 is struggling with it?
Honestly, they don't have Jun, and I have Jun, so it's so easy for me. I think
He
Jun is
never
by
speaks
far-
about himself. He's like, oh, I get my team to win. It's Jun.
He's a team player.
I think Jun is just so good, so I can't just play together with him and life is easy.
Yeah.
So good luck to other rest of the team.
You had so many, different leagues, team environments, teammates, and everything. What makes this roster special, the one you're part of?
I think everyone is so committed, including our coach. We have ever since the roster, we built this roster, we had like a big meeting on what's the team goal is, and the team goal is to win. And everyone is like very committed to that. So I think rest of it like doesn't really matter. It's just up to us.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose every team is out there to kind of like win like that. And I think the important thing is what you've been saying about the fashion in which you win. It's not about grinding out like kind of crap victories. It's about actually looking the way that you want to. How have you felt in terms of actually feeling good about the way you win, whether that's from practice and stuff like that? You walk away from a game like yesterday. How do you walk away from that and say, well, okay, we'll win better next time, you know?
I mean, for yesterday's games, I don't think it's I don't think it's that hard to play better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, today coming up, I just wanted to do what we didn't do a whole week, and that was the main difference. Like, I don't want to explain all our stress, but I think we were very controlled. We didn't in tempo, and we played the team fights pretty good. So. It was a clean game.
And I think there's a lot of cool things which I've been seeing from the team too. One of the best, one of my issues I've been seeing with the games from this first week is we've seen a lot of teams from LEC. If we've got two teams choosing between aggressive and defensive, one team's playing like Corky Victor and just playing for range and not really interacting with the other two teams, just saying we'll defend for it. That's not great for the overall meta. You need to be able to play the aggressive side as well. Actually, one of the better things I've seen about you guys, you've been playing the Yone pretty well, you've been playing your Engage pretty well, and a lot of that comes through succeeding in the team fights. I'm glad you're playing that way, just to show that you can, at least for a good team in Europe, play the aggressive style too. Yeah,
for sure. I think the first game, we played like more slow and poking style with Maokai. And the second game was like a full engage with Vi. And this game, I think it was also engaged, but we had to play more controlled. So, especially when it's going to be fearless, it's going to be important,
I feel like at the beginning of the season, we're often going to see teams rely on easy-to-execute compositions, maybe front to back. What is basically easy when you don't have the synergy that you're hoping for? Do you think the meta is going to evolve, or do you actually think things are going to stay like this, as long as we're on this patch, of course?
I mean, the easy thing is like picking Y and pressing R at stage.
That's the thing.
But that doesn't work against good teams, because there is always a composition to counter that.
A lot of people are doing it in LPL and LCK too, so I would contest that actually.
I mean, they're doing it in a different level than here, for sure, but I would say...
They press R with style.
I would say you have to master so many ways to be a good team, for sure.
Because I think the hinging part of that question is like, okay, well, what's going to change about the meta? Well, when we get to Fearless, what often happens is when you get to game 2, 3, or in best of 5s later on, you have to just figure out what coherent comps are just left. It's not like, okay, well, we just want to get this, a jungler. It's like, how many tank junglers are left? How many engaged junglers are left? Same kind of like with disengage AD carries. These random pockets of champions will disappear and you'll have to go to a completely different meta. So I think it's really cool that we're seeing some thoughts about, well, okay, let's think about different ways we'll have to compete with Fearless on that.
We heard Gilioto say that G2 is not going to make Worlds. We're in January, but fair enough. But I want to ask you guys, what are your overreactions after week 1? Nymaera, if you want to go first.
Overreactions?
Yeah. GX the best team in the
G2
world.
is my friend Broken Blade, so I'm not going to say that. I hope he makes it, but maybe like 4th seed or 2nd seed.
All right.
Overreaction? I think SK might be cooked.
I think that's just a reaction. But yeah, I get it.
I don't really have overreaction, maybe.
All right.
My overreaction is I hate the EU read on the meta. We're not playing laning phase well. We've given Kalista all of her major region losses. If we can't play laning phase, this is a huge problem. Fix it, get our early game sorted, make sure we can actually play through lane. I hate it.
AKA, teams just get better, and they have 1 week to do so. Let's take a look at the schedule we're going to have next week in the week 2 of LEC, because Closer, you're going to go up against MKOI in the first game next week. What do we think about this matchup? And Jojo Pune, who's got a big mouth.
I played against him.
I know, that's why.
I think he's really good, but I mean, I think we will beat them.
All right, confidence.
They don't have Jun, of course.
Yeah, they don't have Jun. Simple.
Nice grab, honestly, on this ex-Fnatic bot lane. Nymaera, do you have any game that you're looking forward to watching? You're going to be with us throughout the week, next week.
I mean, it probably is.
Probably the most exciting game is our game. Also.
Yeah, it probably
honestly,
is that one. I was trying to think of an angle for Vitality versus G2, just because they've been very inconsistent and we might see some really crazy skirmishes.
Maybe.
But that's a reach, because I didn't want to say what you were saying in terms of just choosing your game.
Yeah.
But that's like, I guess, the other one I'd choose in terms of off the top of it. And I guess like, I'd really want to see what's happening with teams like BDS and Heretics as well, where we've not really seen them stabilize yet. It's really easy to overestimations and overreactions from best of ones in 1 week. We are 1 week in. The pressure does start to raise, especially when you go 0-3 and stuff, but plenty of time to sort stuff out.
Same reaction, but with Vitality. I just want to see if they understand what they're doing together next week. But yeah, 1 week to get ready about everything, and looking forward to seeing if you can keep on continuing with your streak closer.
Yeah, hopefully.
Congrats on an amazing week 1, and thank you for
much.
dropping by. Always a pleasure talking to you. Nymaera, great to have you back.
Yay.
We'll have you again next week. For the desk all weekend, you're going to have a lot of fun. And thank you all to the viewers who were watching all weekend these banger games. We have more next week. Same place, same time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.
On the way. Dash in, flash forward on the ulti, a little bit awkward, trying to get tricky with it, but now just gets caught up anyway. Perfect use of the Petrifying Gaze, and down goes Nuke. They are unstoppable now, flash in full, continuing all out from Irrelevant. That is not what you want to be doing!
Look, both. Guys, you're coming, guys. Don't overextend. Don't overextend. Lena, it's fine. Kite. I vote, guys. I vote for after. But don't chase. Not up.
Nymaera, can you do like a caps wave and smile? No, I can't. Do it. Razor, please turn on now.
Yeah, burst.
Yeah, he's really happy.
Razor's still rooted. Fnatic still looking for this fight. Humanoid level 6. Pullback is good. Ulti good to follow as well. Double kill! Going in the blink of an eye. Humanoid kills 2.
I flash on him. You're fine.
It's fine.
I can W Marek. Look.
Yeah.
I push him to you.
I'm looking back. Yeah, they are 5 tab, I guess.
We are winning. We're winning.
Yeah, I'm taking top tower again.
I'm just so good now.
Just a spot of relentlesses, but now you actually jumps up. Great charm.
And it's a W as well. Dagda, that's an easy first blood.
Oh my god, that's really unfortunate, buddy. I'm running around.
I vote.
Okay, I look as well. They have something?
Yeah,
Nice.
we kill another guy.
Go, boys.
Burn catch one and then CT.
They can fight me, they say. Yeah, I'm looking.
I'm looking Aria, okay? I'm looking Aria.
Are you dead, okay?
We don't attack here.
Yeah.
Nice, griefing. Look at Nilly.
Yeah.
I'm killing Nilly.
Oh, what?
Glorious evolution.
Do you kill him or not?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, nice, guys.
Isn't expecting closer coming behind him. Isn't a ward though.
There's Ward. He's trying to bait it out because Targamas is there for Permafrost. Again, it's easy with melee. Blooddy's gonna die! Jackies gets the kill.
Talia is moving. I'm not there, guys. I can flash.
I see him.
Yeah.
He's dead. They are fighting.
Off.
Look away.
Don't push him.
Nice, go.
Well played, guys. Well played. Huge.